Not the format I expected to make this video, but I want to get this out there. So if you want to opt into rental leads, you're going to have to opt in with the form that's in this video, and I probably texted it to you as well. What I want to say is the rental leads that come in for this are generally from the office. What happens is somebody calls Skylar and says, I need a rental somewhere. Skylar takes down whatever basic info she can get from the person, and then she will put that information into, she'll fill out her own form, and then that will send out a text to you, and if you're the first person to claim it, you'll get the lead. But what you need to know is these leads can be super challenging. It's a really good experience for a newer agent, but what I'd say is they're not always qualified. As a matter of fact, they're not typically qualified, but every once in a while we get a $2,000 rental lead that's qualified, and we've had some that have turned into buyers eventually now. So if you want to take them, I mean, it's totally free. So the expectation is you're going to work them. Your role is to pick up the phone, call them as soon as you claim the lead, introduce yourself. They are expecting a call from an agent who will help them find a rental, set up an auto search in Bright for them based on their criteria. Take them to places if they want to see it, but first make sure they're qualified. Ask them a couple questions like, do you know what your credit's like? What's your income like? You want to figure out their story, because I don't want to see you waste a ton of time on non-qualified rental leads. You can actually qualify, you can ask the right questions. You don't even need to have them do an NTN. You can generally figure it out before they even, just by asking them those questions, and you'll have a good sense. So that's the plan. Get the lead, call them, ask them how many beds, how many baths, what's your budget, what town, what's your credit like, what's your income like, have you ever been evicted, blah, blah, blah. If they give you all good, then great. You don't need to have them do an NTN right away, or you can if you want to. If they're not qualified, then you would say this. You would say, hey, I understand, it's a tough situation right now. There's not a lot of rental inventory, so unfortunately, it's going to be in your best interest to just go on sites like Zillow, apartments.com, and Craigslist, reach out to the owners directly as the tenant, and hopefully you'll be able to find a landlord that's understanding of your situation. But these aren't the situations that we're typically able to help with. So you'd say something like that, because you're not going to set up an auto search and run around a tenant that has an eviction, 400 credit, and no income, and is an $800 budget. Even if they're less than $1,000 a month, I would probably immediately say that and let them go on their own, because not many rentals are listed at that price. They're better off looking at complexes, which typically don't pay. It's not worth your time for what's going to end up being a couple $100 commission. So, over 1,000 or whatever, over 1,000. Basically, if you're saying you're opting in, you're obligated to take these calls. You can opt out at any time, of course, and you'll just stop getting the leads. So stop getting the texts for them. But that's generally how it works. Coaching doesn't take anything for you for the lead. We take a $50 fee on top of your regular split with the office. So you get generally, what you get, $2,000 rental, you end up walking away with, $700. So it can be worth it. Especially if you're starting, it's going to teach you how to set up the showings in Bright. It's going to teach you how to do auto emails. It's going to teach you how to open lock boxes, how to deal with talking to people, how to get out of sticky situations. So it is a good experience in that. And yeah, if you have any questions about it, just let me know. This is not the permanent instruction manual for how to take these rental leads. I want to make a little bit of a series and say, hey, if you want to opt in, you need to go through this series. You need to, watch these videos and understand how it works, because we really don't want to spend a ton of time being involved on these free leads that we're just giving out. So, yep, after you watch this, if you want to opt in still, click the link, put in your info, and when we get leads now, Skylar's going to drop them into there, and you'll get a text that offers you the ability to claim the lead.